let's have a look at the exterior of this compass. It's a handsome car. As I said, it's got that Jeep feel to it. There's that iconic front grille, which they've managed to get into quite a nice swoopy SUV shape. You've got those really nice 19-inch alloy wheels. For anyone that's not sure what you're driving, it's a compass. Looking down the side of the car, that's not a bad profile. The de-rigger for the day, privacy glass at the back, and you've got some very distinctive rear LEDs. That's sloping back and that lovely profile. So this week MotorMartin has had the pleasure of Jeep's all-new Compass, and it's their, shall we say, quite unique approach to an SUV. What you've got a lot less of is the swooping curves and smooth exterior of your more Japanese and European entries into the marketplace. But that's not a bad thing, because that makes this Compass very distinctive. What I think Jeep have done rather cleverly is they've used their signature 7-space grille and their signature utilitarian approach to off-roading, and they've just smoothed off the edges a little. They've just made it a little bit more European. They've given us a more traditional approach to an SUV, and I like that. So let's have a look around the interior properly. Press the button to start everything up. Nice clear dials. Come across, you've got what we were talking about, that really impressive touchscreen display. Very simple to use. All your buttons down at the bottom. Click on those, off you go. Again, coming down, we've got that lovely responsive 9-speed gearbox. You've got your off-road system, you've got your inputs, you've got your power. You've got a nice and simple to use. Stick your climate control on. There we are. Automatic, aircon, park assist, lane assist. It's all there for you. Quick look in the back, and again, plenty of room, nice comfortable seats. It's a quality place to be. Can't argue with that. Lovely. Is that this interior is a very pleasant place to spend your time. You get a feeling that your £36,000 has been spent very well. You've got this really nice leather-bound steering wheel that to me feels a bit more chunky than some of the other offerings that there are out there. And that chunky feel to the interior makes you think this is a car that is going to last. This is a car that's going to take you uphill and down dale, across the country, across continents. What else do we like then about the interior? nice and airy. There's a lot of window where you can get good visibility through the sides, through the front, through the rear. And increasing that feeling of space is, of course, the optional panoramic roof, which opens as well. When you are cruising like we are here, sitting at 50, it's a very comfortable place to be. The suspension, as you would expect in a £36,000 car, is very cosseting. It gives you a very nice, comfortable ride. There's no crashing over big potholes. In fact, it feels a lot more premium than perhaps it has any right to. There's very little wind noise, which can become tiring on a long journey, so again, one less thing to worry about. You've got Jeep's 9-speed automatic gearbox. That's right, 9-speed. So the car is very good at putting you in the correct gear, putting you exactly where you need to be. At the moment, sitting here at 50 miles an hour, we're cruising at just 1,500 revs. That is good for economy. And the 2-litre 170 horsepower diesel unit underneath the bonnet can give you up to 49.1 mpg. And with a car this size, 49 mpg, well, that's good going. You're not going to be spending a lot of time searching out for the next petrol station. Of course, what you've also got, and probably one of the reasons why you buy a Jeep in the first place, is you've got that heritage underneath the skin. Now, we've all seen, especially now YouTube's open, shots of Jeeps all over the place, uphill, down dale, not being stopped by anything, right from the 50s onwards. And in this, you've got all that off-road experience. It's a bit like they've got all those workers in the factory and they've distilled their experience. They've popped in the Jeep Compass and said, right, yes, it's an SUV, it's good on the road, but this is something that we can take off-road also. And when you look at the outside of the car, you can see it's got that big gaps between the wheel and the wheel arches. It's got the rugged plastic around the bottom of the sills around the wheel arches. It's got protection. And all that experience makes this a very good car on the road. Down here, you've got the very impressive four-wheel drive system. At the moment, we've got it in auto because we're on the road. And because it's a little bit damp, it gives you that feeling of security. It's going to put the power exactly where it needs to be to help keep the car stable, help keep the car secure on the road. If it feels wheels spinning, it's going to redistribute the power to help get maximum grip at all times. It's just one of those things that takes that stress out of driving, especially when you've had a heavy downpour like we have had today and the roads are a little bit slimy. And then of course you've got the presets. You've got snow, sand and mud, all of which can occur in a day up here. And when you turn that dial, it is as simple as that. The info comes up in the middle of the screen. It tells you what you're doing. It tells you what mode you've got. Not that you forget. You can also, with a simple press of the button, lock the four-wheel drive. This is going to be a great car for towing. This is going to be a great car for camping. go back to that engine. 2 litres, 170 bhp, and as much torque as you can shake a stick at. It's a go anywhere, do anything kind of engine. It doesn't need to be revved. It doesn't need to go up to the 4,500 red line. It just needs to be, when cruising, about 1.5 to 2,000 RPM. Gives you plenty of stomp. It means that when you need to, you can depress the accelerator and feel that power bulging through the car, pushing you along. But when you do want to make progress, keep those revs up about 2,500 RPM, and you can feel that 170 horsepower making its presence known. Yes, it's not a sports car, but you're not buying this to be a sports car. 170 is a perfectly decent amount of power in a car such as this. There's more than enough for overtaking. There's more than enough for getting you anywhere, really. Overall, have Jeep produced something that MotorMartin would want on his driveway? Without doubt. Love it.